we will hear from Zach Dixon. Zach is an upcoming graduate of Mound Ridge High School. He enjoys creating art, playing basketball, Chad, binge watching TV shows, going to the gym, and sleeping. He is big on sleeping. Zach serves on the Stand Regional Board through Mirror Inc., and he was recently elected by his fellow board members as this year's Stand Board President. He's planning on attending Hutchinson Community College to pursue a degree in business finance. Let us welcome Zach.
All right, hello. To start off, I am, as said, Zach Dixon. I'm going to show you guys a slideshow because I think pictures can really show who a person is the best. Yeah, okay. So, going from left, your guys' left to the right. That first picture is me, my brother, and my mom, who's at this table. And that second picture is me and my best friend in the entire world. I really love being on the lake. That's just what I'm about. And that final picture is me and my two brothers, Trey and Daniel. They're both 19. They're both older than me. And then these are some of my hobbies. Big basketball player. It's my favorite thing in the world. And then the second picture is me at the CADCA convention in Chicago. I don't know if you guys know him, but that's Nigel. He's a great guy, love that man. And this final picture is an artwork that I did that got third at our league art show. And I just like to do art, that's what calms me. So, to start off today, I want to talk about my personal history with being exposed to drug and alcohol misuse and the importance of understanding the victims of addiction instead of demonizing those people. Growing up in the environment that I did was very challenging. My mom was a user and a dealer, and so was my stepdad. We constantly had people coming in and out of our house. My parents were always gone, and so that just created a very non-safe environment for me and my brothers. We started going to my grandma's houses on the weekends, and those weekends turned into days, and then those days turned to weeks, and then those weeks turned into us moving in with my grandma in 2015. During that transition, I remember thinking to myself, why am I not enough? And that's always to this day lingered with me. I have this core memory that I always think about of my grandma told me that my mom was coming to visit from treatment. And so I got my grandma's guitar and I sat out on my steps playing my mom a song because I wanted to show her how much I missed her and how much I loved her. And I sat on that step waiting and waiting for my mom to come home, but she never came. I could spend this time talking about every detail that happened in my life, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk about what really happens and how my life really changed. In 2018, my mom overdosed. She was pronounced dead for 20 minutes while the police searched her vehicle. That doesn't sit right with me. A person laying dead for 20 minutes while the police didn't help her, didn't do anything. They were worried about what was in her car. They drilled a hole in her knee and put a rod inside of her knee to jumpstart her heart, which luckily that worked. And my stepdad told the police that everything in the vehicle was his, and he went to jail. The man who stepped up as my father, his name is Tyler Johnston. He is currently in prison for quite a while. He was gone, and to this day, I miss him so much. And my mom was so out of shape that she was basically gone from my life as well. Fast forward to 2019, and my mom was arrested in the middle of the night. When I was told the amount of time that she would be facing, I was devastated. No lawyer wanted to represent my mom. The state didn't want to touch my mom anymore. And so her prison sentence was dropped on the circumstance that she would move out of Oklahoma and never come back. And so we up and moved to Kansas. Gotta flip my pages, sorry. I blamed my mom for this completely. I blamed her for having to leave my home, my friends, and the town that I lived in all my life. This attitude towards my mom caused a tear in our relationship, and I casted her out of my life. I didn't believe that she was deserving of my respect as a person or as a mom. This led to a spiral in our relationship, nothing short of pure hatred. One night, me and my mom got into a really bad argument, and that was on the day of my brother's track dinner. And so my mom, my brother, and my grandma left to go to my brother's track dinner, and I locked myself in the bathroom to get away from her. While they were gone, I packed up my bags, I got on my bike, and I ran away. I realized whenever I got out of city limits that I didn't just want to run away, I wanted to hurt my mom how she hurt me. And so I pedaled back to my house to grab as many pills as I could find in my house to end my life to get back at my mom. Luckily, they came home and the police were informed that I was missing, and they caught me after chasing me around town for about half an hour. I say all of this to show the impact the grasp of addiction had on me, and I'm confident that it's the same impact it's had on numerous kids. I fully believe that this isn't just my story, but a similar story to every kid that has experienced the grasp of addiction. Now that I'm older and I understand the effects of addiction, I understand my mom's trauma and that she loved me, but she was battling a disease. That's my motivation to do what I'm doing now. That's my motivation to spread awareness. If you would have asked me 2 years ago what I thought I'd be doing this day, this definitely would not have been it. Freshman year, I was a troublemaker, I guess you could say. And this just was not on my cards. I got in this, like what I'm doing now, by there being an announcement at school about an organization called STAND having a meeting in the Commons. And I'll be honest, I just went because my girlfriend went. But after that one meeting, I realized that I really loved what they were doing. That one meeting turned into conferences in Wichita and in Hoisington. That those meetings turned into being invited as a youth planning council member at Catica, and then that led to me being here today. My overall goal in doing what I'm doing today is to leave no kid wondering, why am I not enough, as I did when their moms and fathers are coming home. This starts with understanding the victim. Understanding that the victims under the control of drugs are not criminals or demons, but they're people who are misunderstood and in need of help. The second step is to be a resource. I'm a part of a youth-led organization called STAND, a bunch of the people over there. In STAND, we educate youth about drug and alcohol misuse, as well as advocate for youth mental health. Me and some STAND board members had a meeting with State Senate candidate Jason Miller, and he said something that really stuck to me. He told me a quote by, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but it's like Johann Hari, or I don't really know how to pronounce her name. But she gave a quote saying, "The opposite of addiction is connection." This quote stuck with me because it made me think of recovery in a brand new way. It helped me realize that the best way to help a recovering addict is through community. Showing them that they are wanted and valued could ultimately deter them from their path of addiction. Being that person that makes an addict not want to use is more powerful than any treatment facility. Society as a whole needs to do a better job at supporting the recovering addicts and making their long and hard journey to sobriety. The third step is to change our legal system. We need to change our legal system to be for recovering addicts and not against them. Using my mom for example, she has been sober and has had a clean record ever since we moved to Kansas 5 years ago. She did her time, she completed her punishment, and yet she's still being punished for her actions. She's applied for job after job in hopes of being able to supply for us kids again and to right her wrongs, but each job turns her away without a chance. Recovering addicts get released from detainment and are completely casted out as villains in everyone else's fairy tales. Our justice system puts a mark on their backs and makes their lives harder than before, which inevitably leads them right back to the substances. How do we expect our country's poverty and crime rates to go down if our legal system is actively fueling it? Drugs and alcohol have always had a big impact on my life. From my mom and stepdad being drug users, to even now with my mom being a recovering addict and the prevention work I'm trying to accomplish. As a still learning prevention worker, I've learned to look back at my past and see the good instead of the bad. The bad used to fuel my anger to the world and at my mom, but now my past motivates me to make change with my life. I look back on my past and I'm so incredibly proud. I'm proud of my mom for making that change and to taking that big step for recovery. I'm so much very grateful for my grandma for taking us in and giving us a chance at life that I didn't think I was worthy of. I'm now the stand president, 4.0 GPA student, 2-time state basketball champion, active leader in my community, an honors art 4 student with numerous award-winning artworks, and my relationship with my mom is stronger than ever. I say these accomplishments to show that by understanding, I was able to turn my life from running away and suicide attempts to making a name for myself. I want to send you all away today with the message that no matter what you're going through, you matter and you will do great things. Before you leave, I want you to high five someone, fist bump, or even hug, because you don't know what's going on behind their doors. I want you all to be a resource, to be a connection, and to be the reason someone smiles today. Thank you.